The Buffalo Bills last year were 12-4. They were one of the best teams in the entire NFL. They went to the AFC Championship and lost. And in this offseason, they added Emmanuel Sanders. Mitchell Trubisky, I think, is a good backup. Jacob Hollister, not a bad tight end. And they also drafted Gregory Rousseau and Carlos Basham. They did lose John Brown, Andre Roberts, a good kick returner, but they also brought back virtually their entire offensive line. In your opinion, where do you see the Buffalo Bills ranking in the AFC East this year? What do you think the record is? I'll start with you, Riv.
To ask me what their record is going to be is a pretty tough task, but I think definitely they should be the heavy favorites to be the number one team in their division. I think they will be. I think with the continuing improvement from last year, I think like you said in the draft, getting Gregory Rousseau, a few of them, like that team last year was really fun to watch. I think we can all agree it was a really exciting team. I think one of their weaknesses was rushing the quarterback, and I think they've not successfully, fixed that problem because obviously we won't know until the game time, but they addressed that problem in the draft. I think, losing John Brown but bringing in Emmanuel Sanders, who when healthy still has a lot to give. Obviously improvement from Josh Allen and their young guys. This is still a pretty young team. I think if we can get all that going, I think they'll still be right back in it. They lost to the Chiefs. Granted, we thought they were the best team in the AFC, but I think any other team they can beat, I think they'll be right back in the playoffs. They'll be right back in that AFC Championship game, and I think I got them the number one team in their division.
They actually went 13-3, not 12-4.
I didn't say 12-4.
I said 12-4.
Oh,
that's
why.
why.
13-3.
Yeah, they went 13-3. And I think one of the games they lost to the Cardinals on the Hail Mary.
Oh, that was the D-Hop catch?
So they could have possibly went 14-2.
And they didn't play their starters the last week, right?
Against the Jets, no.
Yeah.
I think it was against the Jets.
No,
it wasn't against
the
Jets.
They could have went 15-1, realistically.
I'm not sure if they did play. I don't think they played their starters. I'm not sure, but.
Well, I got them number one. They got the best quarterback in the division by far. They basically bring back damn near their whole team from last year. They brought in some new acquisitions. They still got Stephon Diggs coming off a breakout year. That's another guy. So I got them number one. It's clear as day who's going to be the number one team.
Not for real. For me, Buffalo, record-wise, I think they're going to be about the same as last season. I think it's going to be, if not, they're going to see a slight decline, but it's not going to stop them from taking home the AFC East crown. I think this year defensive coordinators are going to figure out Josh Allen because while he did have the breakout season, there were still some moments where you could see some faults in his game. He still doesn't know how to, truly run with the ball in his hand if he has to scare away from oncoming defenders. And, you guys were or not even, what am I saying? Josh Allen even, he was throwing dots against blitz. His passing game was, amazing. It'd take a real, jump. So I have no doubt they're going to win the division. There's no other team that's even remotely close to where the Bills are. But I think, it's going to be another test for Josh Allen because I think teams already have gotten, an eye on him. And they're going to have to – he's just going to have to work around teams who are, fully prepared for him now.
The Bills went from the 31st passing efficiency in 2019 to –
Oh, I'm sorry. Before you continue, 13-4. We just had to double down, look at their schedule.
You say 13-4.
13-4.
In 2019, the Bills were one of the worst passing teams in the NFL. They were more run-heavy. In 2020, they completely switched up their game plan. Brian Dable deserves a lot of credit because he said, we're going to be pass-heavy this upcoming season, and they were one of the best passing attacks in the NFL. Last year, they only punted 42 times in that entire season. That's about 3 times. That's 3 times per game, I think, a little bit less because 16 times 2 is 32, 16 times 3 is 48. So that's less. That's about 2.5 times per game they punted the ball. That's how efficient their offense was. One of the weaknesses on the Bills roster last year that I noticed is that their run game isn't good and their pass rush wasn't very good. They addressed their pass rush somewhat with the addition of Gregory Rousseau, who I'm really high on. He has the body of a Greek god. He can be an impact day one player, no doubt about it.
Greek god?
Yes, he can be Hercules. Black Hercules. So the Bills improved in that aspect. But in terms of running the ball, they didn't improve. Zach Moss is still there. Devin Singletary's still there.
Their main guy is Josh.
Yeah, they brought back Matt Breida, who they brought in Matt Breida, who I think is a pretty speedy back. But their offensive line didn't change. They still have Deion Dawkins, John Feliciano, Mitch Morse, Cody Ford, and Darrell Williams. It's going to be relatively the same. I want to see if the Bills are going to lean more towards of a balanced attack. I wouldn't do it because I think their passing attack is that great. And John Brown was a loss, but last year he was injured, and Emmanuel Sanders, when healthy, is a better receiver than John Brown. I think Jacob Hollister was a great addition, but that running game does concern me. With that being said, looking at their schedule, they have a lot of gimme wins. Washington is going to be tough, but
that's not a gimme win.
Yeah, but
we expect the Bills to win.
These are the games I think the Bills are favored in. Okay. Washington, Houston, the Jaguars, the Jets twice, Carolina, and Atlanta. Those are 7 wins right there that they can win. They're going to be favored in, no doubt about it.
Favored against the Saints?
It depends if Michael Thomas is not playing or if he is playing.
Okay, so if he's playing.
But I think, and these are the tough games, toss-up games for me. Pittsburgh, Miami twice, New England twice, KC, Tennessee,
Bucks,
New Orleans, and the Bucks. It's a tough schedule, but do I think they can win 6 of these games?
It's a 50-50 schedule.
It depends. They have to have everything clicking and going. But because the Bills, in terms of the time they have to rest next season, is one of the worst in the league, a lot of the opponents they're going to face next year are going to come off of a lot of days of rest. Mm-hmm. And they have a lot of games that are primetime games. They're not going to have much preparation time for them. I'm projecting them to win 12 games next year.
Oh, right under me.
And I think they're projected to win 11 games. I think that's their forecast. I have them over. I have them at 12 next season because I think Josh Allen will pick up where he left off. I think Josh Allen is emerging as one of the best quarterbacks in his league right now. I was always high on him coming out of college. He had a rocket arm.
Yeah.
And their defense is going to be one of the best in the league. I'm not sure about the secondary corner. I love Tre'Davious White, but Levi Wallace scares me. He's not a great second corner. Teron Johnson either. But their secondary with Micah Hyde, with Tre'Davious White, with Jordan Poyer is phenomenal. And when Matt Milano was playing on the Bills, they were one of the best defenses in the NFL. And we know with Sean McDermott, he's a great defensive-minded coach. I would take the over with the Bills. I think 12 wins for me, 12-5 sounds reasonable. I can see 13 wins, though, because they're going to be that dynamic on offense and a great defensive team.
Yeah, I think the division games are forever, going to be a struggle. Miami is going to be a hard. But I think, like you said, their first 4 games, they got, Pittsburgh, at Miami, then Washington, then the Texans. So that's a tough 3-game stretch. And then you got an easy one with Houston. But like you said, I don't think, their weakness was the running game, but I think their passing attack was just so dangerous. And bringing in Emmanuel Sanders, who just kind of is going to pick up or even do better than what John Brown did if he's healthy. And I think Cole Beasley is still going to be playing for them, so that's another guy. Gabriel Davis, he was good when he played. So I think being pass heavy is just what they are. Having a running back is good, having that guy where you could just dish it out to, but I don't think they need that at the moment because Josh Allen is continuing to emerge and he has these weapons around him.
Cole Beasley's a wild card.
Because of the COVID thing, right?
Yeah. You're not sure if he's going to show up or not.
He's hilarious.
But, regardless, they still got Stephon who's coming off career.
But if he does play, woo!
Gabriel Davis, too. Gabriel Davis, I think, is a dog. Going into the second year. Last year as a rookie, he showed flashes. And Emmanuel Sanders can play anywhere on the field, in the slot, outside. They'll be fine regardless, but Cole Beasley is that wild card because of the vaccine stuff and the vaccine stuff. And we're not sure because if the NFL does enforce these COVID rules, Cole Beasley has said, I'm not following.
Yeah, he said, yeah.
He said he's done. He doesn't need football. He go to his rapping career.
Yo.
Cole Beasley not too bad of a rapper.
So wait, because we have I have 13 wins, you have 12 wins. So let me just knock it off. Steelers, you have them winning.
That's a win.
Dolphins at Miami.
I say they split.
So they're at 2-1 already. Okay.
Yeah.
Washington.
That's a win.
3-1. Texans
win.
Chiefs, I'm assuming we both have lost.
That's a loss.
Okay, all right. Titans at Tennessee.
Man, that's a loss.
That's a loss?
That's
okay.
a loss.
I had it as a win. And then you said the Dolphins split. Jacksonville win. Bum-ass Jets win. Colts.
That's a win.
At New Orleans.
Man, that's tough. But fans, that's a loss.
That's a loss? Okay. New England. You got them split?
Split.
Okay. And then at Tampa Bay. That's a loss.
Yeah, that's a loss. I have 9 wins for them right now on my hands.
Carolina.
That's a win.
You had the New England split. Oh, and then Falcons, then Jets. So 12.
Actually, 11 for me.
Because
I already counted the Jets. The Jets, I think they're going to beat us twice.
I mean, because you have them losing to the Titans and the Saints. I have them beating both.
Okay, so that's why I have 11. So around near 11 to 13.
They're going to get 11.
Wins
Yeah, okay.
is around there, I think. That's where they're going to end up next season. The schedule's tough. It's not easy.
That's a good schedule. I like it.
It's not tough. And I think they have a lot of, it is tough. And I think they have a lot of primetime games, too.
They have a lot of easy games, but they have a lot of tough games, too.
7 games, they're heavily favored in, I would think. And
Yeah.
I counted Washington in that, and I think that's generous because Washington
I don't think
is
they're
a very good
heavily
team.
favored against Washington, but
Yeah.
they're favored it.